And when I went ahead and I had that rant, that's because I support my friends regardless of what happens for him. So if he makes a bad decision or whatever it is, because a lot of people told me, bro, he made a bad decision, make y'all look bad, blah, blah, blah. Well, guess what? Loyalty isn't tested when things are good. Loyalty is tested when things are going bad. I stick by my friends regardless of what the fuck is going on. He could be tried of one of the worst crimes, whatever the fuck it is. I'm going to stick by him, right? Because I know him and I know that that girl was full of shit. She was lying, and it came to be proven that she was lying. She got an abortion the whole time. We did our research and we figured it out that she had the abortion before she did any of these podcasts anyway. And she lied about the whole thing. She did it to get clout. She went on all those interviews when she had already killed the fucking baby, okay? But of course, low IQ individuals like you want to go ahead and get a story, and you're going to go ahead and say all these things because it sounds entertaining for you. So, bro, a lot of things that you mentioned, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, quite frankly. So go ahead. What's your response to that?
Can I respond? Thank you, sir. And
What's your
Myron,
response?
I appreciate that, buddy. I just want to say this, like you, Myron. I want to stick beside my friends, right? So if my black men are out here, you know, impregnating, random people, we don't know if the children are theirs. I'm going to stick beside my friends, Myron. I'm going to do what you did. I'm going to cry for my black American friends who are, quote unquote criminals because I'm sticking beside them. You stuck beside your dick, and I'm going to stick beside mine. Okay, Myron. I just think this, and
Low
just
IQ comment.
wait, hold on.
Completely low IQ comment.
Wait, hold on. Excuse me, sir.
No. You're a fucking retard, bro. You're
Wait,
a
hold on.
dumbass.
Wait, Myron,
And you
can
know
you
what?
calm down?
And you know
Myron,
what? You can't even properly show who the fuck you are. You're talking shit behind the avatar. We don't know who you are. You're changing your voice so you could be a fucking funny guy.
Myron,
You
you're
think that
acting
you're a
like a
funny
nigger.
guy?
You're acting like
Fuck
one of
you.
those.
Fuck you. You want to say that to my face, motherfucker? I'd beat the shit out of you if you said that to me in person. So fuck you, fucking gay ass trolls. A lot of you guys, and that's why a lot of you motherfuckers hide your faces behind an avatar, because you guys would never talk the shit that you guys actually talk if we knew who the fuck you were and you had your real name up. I got my shit there. I told you, I've said many times what my government name is. I'm not fucking hiding it. You guys know what it is. You can see all the government documents that come back of me doing real cases actually serving this country. You fucking dickhead. You haven't done shit. You got a blue little line through an American flag and you haven't done anything for this country. Fucking dickhead trying to call me a foreigner or whatever when I had a top secret clearance with national secrets. What the fuck have you done, faggot?
Yeah,
Anyway.
I'll just say it's ironic how this guy comes up and starts talking about how men should behave and men should do this and men shouldn't do that. Yet the entire time he was doing this passive aggressive, sly, underhanded tactic, like, oh, I was watching this show on YouTube called Fresh and Fit. And oh, is this guy the co-host? I didn't know several times.
No,
Oh,
he did know. That's why he said
yeah,
you're from
exactly.
Sudan.
No,
He knew.
after I said it to him that you're the guy, even, which I already knew he knew, he said it again. Like this kind of feminine drive-by attack is not what men should be doing. So for you to be coming up and talking about what men should be doing with a little flag as your picture,
Yeah, bro. Hiding behind an avatar is a typical stupid FBA, foundationally black American, because immediately he went to the Sudan thing, which is a fucking joke to me when people say that shit. Because I'm like, I was born here. I'm American just like you, and I've actually served this country. 9 out of 10 of you stupid ass FBAs that talk shit, you guys haven't even served this country. All y'all niggas do is cry about white supremacy and talk shit about this country that's giving you guys so much fucking opportunity. If anything, me coming from a third world country like my family did made me appreciate all the rights and privileges that I have here and actually appreciate this country. I know that this is the best fucking country in the world. Meanwhile, you dumbasses have been here for 4 or 5 generations. All y'all niggas are still fucking poor. I'm first generation multimillionaire because I understood what it takes to be fucking successful, and I didn't make any excuses about white supremacy or systemic racism or any of this other bullshit that these fucking faggots always fucking bitch and cry about as to why they're brokies or why they're criminals. That's the reality. You guys are pussies. You guys are soft. And all you do is point the finger and complain about a bunch of shit that, quite frankly, isn't keeping you from success. That's why Nigerians come over here and make more money than you bitch ass niggas. That's why Jamaicans and Caribbeans come over here and make more money than you bitch ass niggas. That's why people come from other parts of the world and make more money than you guys. Just like someone was saying earlier, you go to a fucking hospital, what are all the doctors? Indians, Chinese, foreigners. Okay? But we don't see no FBAs as fucking doctors and all the other shit. Every pharmacist that I see is a fucking Nigerian. Why? Because they understood that it was very difficult to make money in their country. They came here, seized the opportunity, they're all fucking successful. Of course there's scammers and shit like that, but they came over here and fucking killed it without knowing the fucking language, without having the same opportunities, without being fucking US citizens even in some cases, and they still figured it out. So all you motherfuckers that have been here for 4 or 5 generations want to call yourselves foundationally black Americans, you guys are still fucking losers. Fuck you guys. You guys just crying about your circumstances, but immigrants are coming over here and embarrassing you motherfuckers. Because all these FBAs that come in and talk shit about me, I got more money than all of them, and I'm a first generation American, serve this country proudly. I hold one fucking passport and my allegiance to this country. These fucking assholes haven't done shit besides cry about white supremacy like the bitches that they fucking are. Faggots.
I mean, Myron, their argument makes no sense because these FBA, BLM fucks say they get treated by the color of their skin and the way they look. But like you said, these Nigerians come, the same skin complexion, the same looks, plus they have the disadvantage of having broken English and they still fucking lap these faggots. So it makes no sense.
Bro, and that's the thing. Like, no one wants to have these hard conversations and tell these stupid fucks that you guys shouldn't be flexing at your FBAs because y'all are still poor. A lot of y'all are fucking idiots, like convicted felons. You fucking been here for 4 or 5 generations. Your families have been here for all this time, and you guys are still losers. So it's like, bro, the immigrants are coming here and showing you guys up, and that's why you guys want to go ahead and complain and be like, oh, well, we don't claim y'all niggas, whatever. Okay, cool, we don't claim y'all either. Fuck you guys. But again, that's another tactic that they use to be even more divisive, because I find it interesting how these guys cry so much about racism and white supremacy, etc., but they exercise that same stupid, divisive, racist mindset within their own community and tell other black people, you're not one of us, when they give valid criticisms. When I say shit like, hey, keep a father in the household, stop committing crime, stop listening to degenerative music, they look at me and say, well, you ain't one of us, so we're not going to listen to you. What? It's good advice. Take it. Oh, well, you ain't one of us, so we're not going to listen to you. Okay, then continue to be the stupid fucks that you are. Continue to be poor. Continue to be idiots. Continue to have a single mother household. Continue to listen to that shitty ass music. Continue to keep getting shot by the police because you guys don't know how to fucking behave. And it is what it is, man. I'm one of the few people that calls out the black community for what it is: a bunch of fatherless, degenerative, stupid fucks that want to blame their issues on everyone else. And I'm the only one with the fucking balls to say it, because everyone else is too scared to be called racist or a white supremacist or a coon or whatever. And then they come and try to attack me and say, well, Myron, these white people that you came for don't even like you. This isn't about the fucking white people. I don't give a fuck about the white people. I'm telling y'all that you guys are fucking stupid. Stop trying to sit here and tell me that I'm caping for the white people. I'm telling you, idiots, what white people say behind closed doors when you dumbasses aren't around. They go ahead and laugh at you and say, you dumb niggers are buying Jordans and Nikes and not fucking investing it. That's what they say behind the scenes. And I'm telling you, stupid fucks, what they really are saying. But you don't want to take my advice? That's fine. Go ahead and call me a coon and an Uncle Tom. I'm telling you guys what the fuck it really is. If some of these FBAs took my advice seriously and actually applied it, they'd make it a lot further in life instead of making excuses and crying about the same shit. Because you guys noticed when they came in here, what did they do? They immediately brought everything back to race. Not one of us mentioned shit about race. We talked about actions. We talked about behaviors. We talked about the police and the shootings and how it was legit shootings. And we said, regardless of race, it's a good shooting. These motherfuckers come in, first thing they say, oh, well, it's a black person every single time, bro, because that's all they got is fucking race. Anyway, rant over. These guys are fucking stupid.
Let's go to Joel David, then Jeremiah.
But okay, that was funny when you said that shit about him earlier. I
What
noticed
is the
that.
next guy? No, give me a minute. I'll go after the next
All
one.
right, I see divisive content, or did he have his hand up? I'm just getting back in it, guys. So
Yeah, Jeremiah. We'll go to Jeremiah, then Joel David, then we'll go to divisive.
Okay, cool. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, make it quick.
yeah,
Though.
Can y'all hear me?
Don't yap.
Okay, cool. First and foremost, Myron, I just want to say, man, I'm a big fan. I've been watching you since I was 17. 26 now. Yeah, I'm a big fan
Bro,
of you
okay, no, I'm removing you,
and
bro.
Fresh.
You're trolling.
What? I'm not trolling.
You've been
I
I've been
watching
swear
him
I'm
on
for
the
not.
air
9
that long,
years.
bro. I've been on
You've
there
been
since
watching him for
2020,
9
man.
years.
What?
You've been watching him
Well,
for
I'm
9
sorry. I
years.
heard two people talking at the same
You're
time.
saying you've been watching him for 9 years, bro. You're trolling.
Or no, I'm sorry, 17, 18. I know I graduated from high school around that time. I remember walking and I became a fan. So it was around that point. I think the first time I saw you was
All
when
right,
you
bro,
were
just hit
with
us with your
Dom.
question. It's fine because we got a lot of hands. Just hit us with your question or comment.
Oh my. All right. Joel David.
Was I up?
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was gonna bring up that point about masculinity. The whole time. We were like an hour, 2, 3 in, and yeah, that's like one of the biggest things, masculinity, bro. Because
Hello?
a lot of this shit just adds up. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yo, your mic's
Yeah,
cutting
can
out,
you
bro.
guys hear
Yeah,
me?
yeah,
Can you guys hear me?
yeah.
This thing.
Go.
All right. Yeah, masculinity. Because think about it. A bunch of this shit can boil down to masculinity. That guy talking shit on Myron in the show, he wouldn't sound like, none of us would sound like that. We would just say our piece with however we feel, and we just wouldn't sound like that. A bunch of this shit has to do with masculinity, or like the guy earlier, Major, BLM type lefties. Why is he? Think about it. Who are the people still on the left on that BLM shit, not taking responsibility? It's always these like barely masculine guys. So I think that's a huge part of it, masculinity. And yeah, I don't know. Maybe the guy, maybe he shouldn't have shot her, Sonya Massey. Maybe he shouldn't have shot her. But yeah, any of us, we forget, bro. That job is hard. Think about it. We're people. Our nature is we hear shots or we hear danger, we're running. Cops, after a year or two in their job, they run towards danger. So I don't know, that whole culture, that whole anti-police shit, that shit is mad pussy. That shit is all. So yeah, I'll go back to listen for a few. It's masculinity, boys.
Thanks for that.
That's what's fucked up. No fathers, no, yeah.
All right, thanks for that, bro. Let's go to divisive content and then fire.
Yeah, thank you so much, Ivy. I just got something real quick to say. There's a lot of people in this space today that are blaming the government or blaming the Jews. And Myron made one of the best points I've ever heard in the space, that at some point we're going to have to take responsibility for the actions we choose to make. Myron uses a lot of functional equivalents. Well, here's a functional equivalent. If the government or the Jews or the globalist or the government cabal, the global cabal who's controlling everything, put a free heroin pharmacy, a free triple cheeseburger joint, and a free whorehouse in every city in America, whose fault is it if people in those communities choose to go into those establishments and eat themselves into obesity? Whose fault is it if the people in those communities go into that free whorehouse and ruin their marriage? Whose fault is it if their daughters go and work in the free whorehouse? Is it the government's fault, or is it the people in the community that choose to go use the free heroin or eat the free triple cheeseburgers? This is what he's talking about. No one's making the black community pedestalize Nicki Minaj and Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion and all these whores. No one, the government's not doing that. They might create the conditions for that to happen, but the fact is we need to have a society where if the government or the globalists put those businesses in every community in America, the heroin would rot on the shelves. Nobody would be walking into the whorehouse in the first place. No one would go eat the triple cheeseburgers. And that's the point that we need to get into the concept of the culture. It doesn't matter what the government does if you're the type of person who isn't going to go in there and destroy your own community or destroy yourself. That's the answer.
A divisive concept. I have a question for you though, but you can't. Can you agree on the fact that it's kind of like this degenerative culture is kind of being spoon fed to them though?
Who cares? Who cares if it's being spoon-fed to them? You live in the internet age. If there is one person who can break the programming, then that means anyone can break the programming. You can get on the internet. Yes, it's not an excuse that you were born in a poor area, right? Someone from that poor area didn't become a criminal and made it out that area. Do you know what that means? It means everyone in that same community has the potential to do that if they make the right decisions. Now, if we lived in a dystopian society where you weren't able to get on the internet or make free choice to move or go work at an Amazon warehouse, then you might have a point. But the point here is that if one person can do it, it means it's possible and everyone in that community can do it. And there's many people in this space and people who watch Fresh and Fit who came from those communities and chose not to be criminals. So it is possible. We need to put the responsibility on us. Yes, the government is partially to blame because in my analogy, they're the ones who put the free whorehouses in the communities in the first place. That's feminism. But no one made those women in the 70s and 80s divorce their wives en masse. No one made those people do that. They just created the environment for it to be easy. But we have to have the type of culture that does what is right over what is easy.
No, divisive. I 100% agree with you that obviously accountability is the biggest thing. The only thing I would say with that situation, as far as like, criticisms of Jews and Zionism and Jewish supremacy in the United States, the only problem with that is that if you criticize Jews, you get silenced. So people haven't kind of been aware or know this for a very long time. I would say obviously October 7th, Twitter and Rumble have kind of opened it up where we can have this discussion now, thank God. But for the longest time, people didn't know any of this stuff when it comes to like Jewish power, supremacy, United States. So I think the more people we are aware, the more they can take responsibility and let them like know, okay, this is what the fuck it really is. But yeah, I agree with you. There's no excuse. Like if you're a fucking loser, you're a fucking loser, regardless of who the people are that are kind of pulling the strings. But it is important that we can get this information out for these people so they know, because we have been significantly restricted in being able to do this. I mean, dude, if you said anything about Jews before October 7th on YouTube, you were banned immediately. So
Myron, I agree 1000%. And you know that one of my political issues that I'm not just talking about this on the internet. I've been talking about the influence of AIPAC on American politicians for 15 years before you were even allowed to talk about this on the internet. I was in high school trying to get people to understand that a foreign influence has massive, a foreign entity
and you
has
got
so much
banned everywhere
influence.
for it, right? And you
Everyone.
got banned
I got
you
banned
got banned
everywhere. That's
everywhere
why
for
I'm
it.
back on the platform with an anonymous little
Yeah.
name. But I
But
put
here's
my
the
face
thing.
in my
Could you
video.
imagine? Divisive, but here's the thing, bro. Like, could you imagine if you had been able to continue to be on these platforms and talk, and how much influence and how much change you could have stimulated if you were able to aware people on the fact that we got a foreign fucking government lobbying to get our politicians in and out of the government? Like, bro, it would have been revolutionary, but they silenced you just like many other people.
Yeah, and that's why
No,
I came back. I came back when Rumble and X became a thing. And yeah, I may be an anonymous profile picture, but my face is in every video. I don't just say this on the internet too, by the way. I go to the HBCUs and I debate the FBA. And I've made alliances in the FBA. There are actually some people in the FBA that have very similar values. They want to stop the immigration. They want black people to own guns. I want legal gun ownership. I don't care what color you are. I want you to own a gun. If you're going to help me stop the immigration issue, I can work with that. But their ideology of this tether bullshit, this victimhood mentality, this categorizing themselves along these socialist classifications is completely wrong. So I appreciate you having the courage to stand up to these guys, Myron. And we got to do a show together again soon, man. Thank you so much.
No problem, man. I'm glad that you're here, and I'm glad that you're waking people up to what's going on. Because yeah, I find it interesting how every single creator that calls out AIPAC or any of these other agencies immediately gets fucking canceled, bro. It's like it's like they didn't miss anybody.
Dude, they
You know,
attacked my
documents
business,
got banned
Myron.
for this shit.
Their
Everybody.
lawyers attacked my business. And the first thing they said, you know what they said when they came after my business? We have Jewish lawyers. You're going to be ruined. And I was thinking to myself, why even mention that they're Jewish? Couldn't you just say we have lawyers and your business is going to be ruined? Why even put that in there?
They come after you, bro. Like, that's the thing, man. Like, now, after October 7th, it's a bit harder because everyone is, like, criticizing Israel. But, dude, before October 7th, you even said the word Jew or Zionism, bro, it was the fastest way to get canceled. I mean, Susan Wojcicki, the head of YouTube, hardcore Zionist, and so was the husband. So, like, yo, you were getting banned immediately if you said anything about that shit.
And Meta, Zuckerberg. Zuckerberg is very religious.
Too.
Yeah.
They're all Zionists, bro. Every single one of them. Adam Massari, all the heads of the big tech are all Zionists, man.
Wait. So I just want to make a quick point.
Yeah.
So I'll say this, Myron. There actually is someone that spoke about this stuff a long time ago. So not everyone gets canceled. And what it is, look, for me, I'm a little bit rusty on politics because I kind of gave up on it in like 2018, I'd say. But I discovered politics when I was just a kid, right? When I was in like 2010, 2011. And the first people I found was TYT, the Young Turk. And I got to give credit. I'm not on that side of the spectrum anymore, really. But I got to give credit to Jenk. He talked about AIPAC and other political action committees and lobbyists and all this stuff and money in politics and Citizens United disastrous decision for our country. He was talking about that way back then. And for me, it's kind of like a black coat and a sad sight that I watched for 9 years. Basically, they have like 6 million subs. I watched for 9 years people not understand and not pick up on this, and only now they're barely picking up on the issue that money in politics really is. So I really do think people just are in politics as sort of a horse race and a tribalism thing. People don't really care and are
but the Young
interested in
Turks are a far left podcast, bro.
Yeah, but I'm just saying the point about the money in politics, it's not something that no one was talking about, right? And it's just, I don't know.
All right, True Teller, go ahead, and then, or no, actually, wait, we'll go to Kitty Cat and then True Teller because I know True Teller is gonna have some more to say. Kitty Cat, go ahead.
Oh no, he can go first. There was a couple things that people were talking about. I know that you guys were talking about, like, just
Can't hear you if you're talking.
like, oh,
He can't. Let me recycle you. Let me recycle Kitty. I did want to make another point though. Divisive was talking about the personal accountability thing. I think one thing is we're a lot more like animals than we realize. We're sort of like lab rats sometimes. And for me, on my desk, I have this little post-it note that says, "What are the incentives?" And whenever I'm thinking about a decision I need to make or someone else made, I always look at it and I think, what are the incentives? I think that people's behaviors are generally just driven by the incentives. And I think we need to remove those incentives for the behaviors we don't like. Like, for example, OnlyFans. I'm not sure that a lot of people wouldn't take that opportunity if they were one of the girls that were attractive enough to be able to do that. I'm speaking to the guys, right? And so I think people like the simps made it possible for that. And we don't want to have, they say willpower's for losers. It's better to not have temptation in the first place, just eliminate it in the first place. And I think that's really where we need to focus. Like, I think it is a problem that I think they're indulging in and taking the bad opportunities. I think it's saddening because it's the opposite basically of what JFK said in his speech, where we do things not because they're easy, because they're hard. Well, now it seems like everyone does everything because it's easy. And I think it's just we just have a lot of work to do on the incentive structure. We can't have people like simps. Honestly, like you say that fat people should be in camps, dude. I think in Minecraft, I think simps should be in camps, and I think having an OnlyFans sub or a feet pic subscription or whatever should get the death penalty. To be honest, if I was the president, and life imprisonment for the content creators, quote unquote. But all right, let's go to.
Can I add on to that real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Nah, so like Divisive was saying, right, that there's all this power and that they've kind of, spoon feed, especially the black community, just this horse shit, right? And like for my personal anecdote, in high school, I went to high school in the middle of Williamsburg, surrounded in projects. It was 99% black. I was the only white nigga there. I became the wigger. And bro, I was hanging out with these motherfuckers in the projects from freshman year to senior year. And I just like see them going from middle schools coming into freshman year, just regular kids, just like me, turning into straight niggas because all they would listen to is just straight drill music, and their elders and the people that were in their homes were also just hoodlums. So it just becomes like a recycling factor of these motherfuckers just becoming hood rats, just spending all their money on dumbass like dice and weed and thinking they're gonna make it out the hood by just trapping. And I like even at the time I was raised by racist immigrant Albanian parents, and I told them like, bro, what the fuck are you guys doing? But they just can't seem to like break that cycle because it's so hard for them, and they just call me racist instead. I don't know, man. I just wanted to add that.